Hello, this is Purge bringing you a first-person gameplay commentary, and I'm going to be playing Visage today. Yes, that is me. I just remembered I forgot to turn my Skype to D&D, which I have now done, so we have no beeping going on. I would prefer to have a fancy duel or trilane with this hero. He's kind of an interesting hero. I tried playing him, I think, only once in the last week, and the game was against trilane. I think I played it on stream, and we got rocked because it was a trilane, and it sucked. Yeah, I used to cast Dota Cash, which was like North American bot hosting for Dota 1, and that was like a year and a half ago. Feels like forever. That was where I first started casting, more or less. I started doing a couple of replays, and I did some Dota Cash casting and stuff like that. So,
5 seconds remaining.
A couple things about Visage. His first skill is a slow, slows attack and movement speed by 32% of his opponents, and gives that to himself. The duration scales up, as does the mana cost. Second skill, Soul Assumption. This is his most complicated skill. Second, let's say heroes take a bunch of damage in an AoE, allied or enemy, and an area around him. You'll see counters come up above his head, little yellow bars, and if they are, depending on how many bars there are, this is how much damage Soul Assumption does. And by scaling it up, it decreases the mana cost as well as increases the max souls you can have, so increases the damage it does. Third skill is Gravekeeper's Cloak, which provides armored layers. It's kind of like stacking a bunch of chainmails, and every time you take a damage point, one of the armor layers goes away. So you have 25 armor, 20 armor, and then 15 armor, and then 5 or 10 armor, and then 5 armor, and 0 armor. Something like that. So as you take more damage over time, it's very good against him. He's good against burst damage nukes, or at least at the start of how the fighting is going. Looks like we have a Treant on the bot lane, which is kind of weird. I don't know what we're going to do for our last hero. We kind of have shit lanes, to be honest, so I don't really know how well this game is going to work out, but I might just try soloing the top lane because this Treant grabbed a Hedros first. I really don't know. We're going to have a Lifestealer, so I guess this means I'm going to solo the long lane, which is really stupid, but whatever. And I'm going to buy a Courier because nobody else bought one, so this is not ideal at all. Let's do it. Solo long lane Visage. Okay. Alright. Okay. Like I said, this is dumb. Visage is best in a duel or trilane. I didn't talk about his ulti yet. His ulti summons 2 little bird things that do a lot of physical damage. They get only so many attacks before their damage gets heavily reduced down to like basically nothing. And they can also stun the ground, which makes them invulnerable and refills their charges. And that's how things go. Once again, the setup here is kind of dumb for lanes, but I'm going to do my best and try to make this work somehow. So I'm basically just going to play really safe. On the bright side, my Grave Chill is actually pretty good against Slardar because it does reduce his attack speed and stuff. I got a last hit! Did have to use a Tango. Yeah, our lanes are bad. Part of the problem is that Treant just simply put kind of like a weird hero to have. Figured I would put some hits into the guy. Might as well, because otherwise we're going to trade inefficiently. So I figured that was the best solution. If he's trading with me, he's going to hit me, period. I might as well try to hit him back a little bit. Luckily, I am able to outlast the Slardar a little bit. And now you guys can see above my head, I have this little bar thing. So as you can see, as I'm going to do damage to Slardar, it's going to give me some bars. And that gives me 1 bar. Alright, so if I use Soul Assumption right now, I would get like, I don't know, 60 damage plus like... Alright, 20 damage plus 60, so it would only be an 80 damage nuke. But you can get up to 3 souls, so that means 60 times 3 is 180, which means that at maximum level, you can do... Alright, sorry, at level 1, you can actually do a maximum of 200 damage at level 1. I'm actually going to pick up my armor right now, just to make sure that I have a little survivability since I'm in a tough lane. But, usually you max out Soul Assumption first, which I probably will still do, maybe. Maybe I should just not. I'm not quite sure what I should do, to be honest. Should I max out Soul Assumption first? Should I max out the armor first, just because I'm in a tough lane? I'm a little unsure about myself here. One thing I should do is harass this guy. So at the very least, if he gets last hits, I can get them back. So, ideally what you normally do is you put Visage in actually a You put him in a trilane, actually. You don't necessarily want him solo. Well, pretty much you don't want him solo. If there's a lot of stuff going on, there's going to be a lot of heroes dying, or a lot of heroes taking damage, and that gives them charges. And the cooldown is so low in Soul Assumption that in a normal situation, as people take a bunch of damage, you can end up doing some big hits. You can do Soul Assumption very often. It's going to get filled up very often. I can't go over there in last hit, probably. I can maybe now, since I see where Slardar is, but it's kind of scary. Luckily, my shield is blocking a lot of the damage. As you can see, my armor is going down. Yep, and they're doing a good job. I don't really have an option. Unfortunately, I don't have like an AoE nuke or anything that I can just throw out and guarantee that I get some last hits, but doing the best that I can. And I also did buy boots really fast because if you're doing a long lane solo, having boots up really quickly is by far one of the best things that you can do. So I just have to keep an eye on Slaughter, basically. Thrall is going to be missing for a bit, so I might have to be careful. If Slaughter at all goes aggressive, I have to slow him and run away. And preferably, if I don't dodge the kinetic field, it could be... Oh god, I did it again. This is one of those times where Thrall is surely coming. Luckily, I got out of the AoE. I fucked that up pretty bad, though. And by fuck up, I mean the fact that I ended up skilling Grave Chill. I did this last time that I played him. I look at C and I think G for some reason. And then I press G, and then I'm like, oh, I grabbed the wrong skill. I don't want that one. Grave Chill basically doesn't scale that amazingly. It only increases the duration. The percentage slowed is going to be the same at all levels. It's just the duration increase that is very nice to have. So what I really wanted to do was get either the Gravekeeper's Cloak to have more armor layers, or bigger armor. I mean, look at that. Level 2 armor per layer, it doubles. Grave Chill only increases by a duration of 1 second, which is like a 33% enhancement of its ability, basically. Catapult. Attacked slightly too early, but I don't know if I would have gotten that one either way. And in some ways, you could argue that Grave Chill is going to be pretty effective towards running away here. Okay, I'm going to punch this bro. He's probably really close to being able to afford a Ring of Health anyways. I'm just going to stay a little bit away from him. Last hits. Yes. No. I didn't deny it. So far everything's going okay. Visage's strength gain is actually very good as a hero. Alright, I'm gonna actually do this. I'm gonna get a second level, because that's gonna double my resistance against magic nukes as well as armor. Or give me double my armor as well as magic resistance for the layers. And it gives me one extra layer, I believe. No, I'm sorry, the layer number stays the same, it just affects how many armor layers you have.
Just warded.
God, my attack speed is almost too low there. A little planning ahead there and you can get a lot more last hits than you expect. So I'm actually being very successful at my laning right now. That was an overgrowth. Alright, that's a dead hero. So despite me laning the hero in a really unusual way, I've kind of been just adjusting my skill and item build quite a bit here. This looks bad. I'm gonna die for sure. Well, that sucks. Someone should really have wards up. I definitely would have been able to see Invoker coming because he grabbed a DD, and I also shouldn't have let Sarda get close enough to stun me. That was a mistake. The problem is we don't really have a support hero other than Treant here. He technically soloed, and we had kind of like 2 jungling heroes. Alright, I'm gonna buy that, I think, and how about I'm gonna work towards a mech, most likely. I'm gonna go back to the top lane.
They're on chicken.
Looks like they have a jungling Ursa. Yeah, if it was just a Slardar and a Thrall, I might have been able to survive, but with the cold snap on top of it, it's just over at that point. So, but I did make a big mistake letting Slardar even stun me in the first place. They're gonna do coordinated ganks like that, and I'm gonna have to be careful about it. 2 armor levels, apparently not enough. In Grave Chill I couldn't even cast either because of the mini stuns, so... That was rough, but that's how it works. He could also glimpse me, which would be kind of scary, so I should probably play a little safer instead of trying to get forward and harass the Slardar a bit. I want this to come within tower range because I know shit's gonna get bad. And that actually removes all of my armor. Alright, at the least, I now have my familiars. These I'm gonna put to control 2 and try to control them appropriately. Okay. I guess we are straight for my birds. It was kind of a over-expectant dive there, considering that I don't have a stun. I guess we're going on this thrall, and he is going to die 100% for sure. He did not get a kinetic field. On the bright side, I just got a kill. Unfortunately, ooh, I can't actually. There's the familiars doing some physical damage. It's all beautiful and stuff. And we will attack the tower. So, as you can see, the familiars are getting reduced damage. I can do some AoE hits on the ground though. I'm just gonna help kill the wave. Now you want to make sure that you don't feed these guys. There's still assumption. There's a menu. Another nuke going on. A little bit of right clicking from those.
The enemy's top
Looks
tower
like
has fallen.
did Ursa, or I'm sorry, did oh god, don't feed those guys. I tried to kill him. I fed one of the familiars, I think. They're worth 100 gold apiece. They're really, really expensive. You do not want to feed those guys if you can help it. But I'm going to buy these, and I'm going to go like this, and I guess, you know... Oh, somebody bought wards. Good to see. Good to see somebody bought wards. And their cooldown is insane. I kind of think they need some adjustment. I think they're a little bit too easy to be killed right now. I'm going to do this as well, since my allies are obviously not supporting. Alright, that will work, whatever. I'm even going to buy a flying courier. But for the record, I mean, somebody bought wards, but our team composition is terrible, basically. We shouldn't have a solo long lane Visage, and I'm doing okay as a result. But... And also, since one of my dudes died, I now only have one bat, and that cooldown is huge. It's 180 seconds. I think that they should either decrease the cooldown a little bit. And by the way, I know Visage is a super good hero. A lot of people have been saying stuff like, oh, Visage so bad, such a bad hero. He does have a low win rate. But that doesn't mean that he's a terrible hero per se. It just means that he's hard for low-level players to use, and I think that is an absolute obvious. That's an illusion, I figured. It's an illusion. Get that a little killed. I'm going to put a ward over here on the high ground and back up. Oh, that was really bad timing. I'm going to resum these so that I have 2 again. I just have to be more careful about where I stun them. I thought we were going to be able to get Invoker, but I slightly misplayed it. There's 3 heroes mid at the moment, and I'm getting pretty close to my mechanism, so I'm going to have to be careful. Keep in mind, guys, that your bats have 0 armor. They have absolutely 0 armor. And they only have 300 HP, so they die super easily to any physical hero. So that includes Slaughter, that includes Ursa. I'm going to fight this guy, though. Alright, and they did go magic, or I mean there. Tackle these. And I'm gonna do this. I want to make sure that I have big attack speed reduction. Blink. I saved you. Alright, I did die there. Arguably too aggressive. Now I just have to get these home without feeding them. Very important, crucial thing. Did we win the team fight? I think so. Were there buybacks? I don't know. I felt like there was a lot of dire heroes swarming in, but that's because they could all TP and go in for the fight, so that's the main reason. I think we generally won that. Would have been nice to have either arcane boots or a mech, because I did run out of mana a couple times. And ideally, if my skill build is perfect, I would only have 1 Grave Chill and probably 3 Soul Assumptions right now. But the mana cost is really high for this ability, so you can only cast it a couple times in a team fight. These don't need to go back to base, they should be coming with me. So far the game's going okay from my perspective. I had a long lane soul that kind of sucked, but I mostly got EXP, and that's really what I was concerned about. So I was able to get EXP, that was cool. I'll not get the range creep, but whatever, bro. And I'm going to continue maxing this out, clicking on it because I don't trust myself anymore. And I just need about 500 gold to get a mech, so I think I'm going to try to help out some pushing. Now I don't want to necessarily use these on creeps to push, because then I can't do damage to heroes, and then if I put them on the stone form cooldown, they're done for 30 seconds, they can't stun. So it's kind of a big loss to waste that. Thinking about jumping on one of these guys, but I think what's going to happen is we're just going to have a little confrontation. I'll throw a nuke out, because I might as well. Oh no, I didn't even see the tower. Just run, just run. That sucks.
Regen bottom.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't see the tower getting so low. I was more worried about, talking and shit. I'm just gonna farm for a bit, because I might as well. So I need to finish my mech. I could have this thing finished and be really helping out. Your bats have a little bit of wonky AI, but they are good, I promise. And now they only hit for 10 damage apiece. That is okay. Because now I can do stuff like this. Take this! And then I'll just completely miss. And then this. Ah, it does a little damage and a very small mini stun. You can stagger these. It looks kind of shit, is probably the best way to describe it. It probably looks bad, but it's really not a very bad. It's actually a very good skill. Especially because they're global. They did a little bit too much damage when they were first put into the game, which caused some cries of OP nerf, etc. But I promise they're pretty reasonable. Oh my god. I was like 10 gold away from mech. That's frustrating. Oh well, I still got it. I'm gonna teleport. My TP is forever. Got him. There's my souls. Throw the nuke out when it's full, and bam, we get a kill. Nice job. Alright, so I got my mech. That's what I needed. How much int do I have? I have like 950 int. In terms of mana, let me see if we need mana boots. We probably won't this game. We do have an invoker. I'm wondering if I should just get like a Yules or something like that. Now I'm going to be a little active with my bats while I'm farming here, because I don't necessarily want to just say, oh, I'm just going to spend a lot of time farming. But I mean, there's uncontested farm here, and I'm a little behind, so I'm going to make sure that I don't grab a few last hits. I'm going to keep my bats in a place where they can still gank if something comes up. Like right here, look, a team fight might happen. Or look, Lifesteal might die right now. Oops, that was way too far forward. That's called a miss micro. That was really bad. I walked right into them. I felt like we were gonna fight. I don't know why everybody... It was basically like a dance. I obviously should have pulled my main hero back. That's uncontested, but... It's like, we're gonna stand around them, but we're not gonna engage. So then I was like, okay, I'm gonna come fight this, and we're gonna have a good time. And then I totally miss micro my hero and throw myself and die. And I died really fast too, I'd like to point out. I didn't even have time to press Press mech. It's like at half HP all of a sudden. Turns out Ursa does a lot of damage, guys. And my first death that I absolutely deserve and feel bad about, so good times there. But at least we killed the Invoker, I suppose. I'm gonna try to come behind this Invoker, see if I can get a kill. Daytime range is pretty solid. Let's see if he notices. Can then help, Tree's also looking for a kill, so I guess I'll come hang out here as well.
Without delay. I see.
I want to wait till he gets a little bit farther forward before I dive in. There it was. Ah, neutral creeps, stop it.
Forward.
Oh my god. This fucker's really gonna kill my neutral, my dudes. They're all significantly lower HP now.
I am sent.
Alright, I wish it was still daytime.
Shadows.
Just gonna run away from this one. And now's the part where our team fight starts and we're all spread out. Well, I popped my mech, but I did end up dying.
Such a thing should be studied from ourselves.
Yes. Soaring.
Okay. So I did that reasonably well. My mech was a little late on the lifestealer, but considering the circumstances that we were in, I think that went pretty well.
Your top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
I will find them.
Your top tower is under attack.
I'm gonna go this way. Looks like my familiars will live. Oh, unless I run over neutral creeps and they all freaking die.
I must.
Man, that's so annoying. It's like, neutrals, stop attacking my familiars. It's nighttime, they're not supposed to aggro. That's how it works. Alright, I'm gonna send those back. I'm level 10 now, I'm about to hit level 11, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna pick up Arcane Boots probably. I should have Arcane Boots finished already, but unfortunately, I am of course a poor long lane solo with a hero who's not qualified to do the job. And you know, I died stupidly. You know, just that little thing.
Swooping.
I can resummon the couriers. It's definitely something that's an option. One thing you can actually do is you can initiate with the couriers, do a double stun, resummon the couriers, and do another double stun. That's very, very good. But the most important thing you can do as this hero is put Grave Chill on somebody, make sure you cast Soul Assumption whenever your souls are full. If you can handle that... Oops. If you can handle that aspect of playing the hero, it's a huge advantage. Because every single time, you're getting 6 souls times 60, that's 380 nuke damage every 4 seconds. Big nukes.
I take wing. With purpose.
Let's go check to see if Roshan is up with my little flying dudes. You can also use these to check Roshan, you can use these to check wards. And now I'm going to upgrade them, they do more damage, they have more HP, so as the next fight happens, then...
Soaring.
Oh, you want wards? I bet you do. Well, it's too bad we don't have a support hero.
Projecting.
I'll probably buy wards from here on out, though. Pretty much have to. Nobody else is going to do it. Oh my god, I am so fucking mismicroed right now. Oops. Oh shit. Mismicroing super hard, and Ursa was invisible. I think I grave chilled him, but then I was trying to stun, and I forgot the hotkeys. That sucked. Still not used to playing this hero, unfortunately. He even used his ulti and it didn't save me because I didn't move very much. I basically stopped and got the glimpse off.
Roshan has fallen to the tower.
Immortality.
resummon these. Oh, he's the Shadow Blade. Everything makes sense now.
Swooping. Projecting. As commanded.
Wow, really? Doesn't go for me.
Well, I wish I had the money for dust.
This guy. Okay.
Oh shit. This is not going on.
And over here.
Alright, I am figuring things out now. Alright, now we go like this. And we go... Oops, I didn't mean to buy all those.
I am sent.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. I stopped commentating because I was looking at my phone.
My search continues. Yes.
Alright, back to base. I wasn't able to mech. Who's the first guy that died? I can't even remember. I feel like did I mess up my mech? I'm not sure. This hero's really hard to play though, by the way, guys. This is only the second time I played him in like 9 months, and I'm definitely failing at the micro. This is why he has like the lowest win ratio in Dota 2 pubs right now. It's because he is so hard to play as a hero. I need to go place wards. I'm just gonna resummon my bats now, because there's only one of them and I don't like that.
Projecting.
There's one ward. Let's go place some more obs. Another item build that usually go here as a Visage is just more survivability, pretty much.
As commanded.
Really wish I had sentry wards so that I could spot for Ursa. This dude's a beast.
I am sent.
Oh, come on. I got sentry here.
My hardwood blighted. Indeed.
Yep, that sucked.
With purpose.
Guess they're gonna go counter push, and I'm gonna try to farm sentries. So we need them. Look at that damage. The bats do so much damage now.
Understanding.
Let's get some of these.
I am carried.
So I'm gonna go defend mid.
Radiant structures
Oh,
are
that was way early.
fortified.
Here we
Your
go.
middle tower is under attack.
Oh my god. So much damage. They just owned the crap out of my bats. But I got him. Not safe.
Yes.
He wanted to go back in.
I can ult.
Oh, this sucks. love this hero. Fuck. Anyone else like this hero? Anyone else? God, he's so fun. If you stay alive, he's so fun. It's a little bit easier if you just pretend like you don't have bats, I suppose, but it's not the way to play the man. Gotta micro that shit.
Dire's structures.
I wish I didn't fuck up so much early, but it's very hard to micro this hero, so it happens.
The enemy's
I assume that there's still 4 heroes dead. It's gonna be tough, but let's do it. Alright, let's run. They're up in a second. It's not worth it. Stay back. So I'm gonna resummon that. We got a illusion top. I'm gonna go home. Okay. Yeah, people say stuff like that all the time too. It's still stupid. It's like, how is this my fault if he's being an idiot? It's like, it happens, dude. It's out of my control. Okay. Pipe would be pretty good. We're not taking that much magic damage though. I dare say I would be better off just getting... Alright, wards are still dead. I definitely need some sentries. So I'm going to put this on the ground for just a bit. I'm going to buy a sentry and should I buy a pipe? I don't know if I should. I might get a different item. Maybe I'll do like a Rod of Atos. That would be really cool, actually. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a Rod of Atos this game. Now, the reason Rod of Atos is sweet is because, first of all, it gives you HP. I already have pretty damn good armor from the Mechanism as well as from Gravekeeper's Cloak. The next stage is, of course, to make sure that I can keep either Ursa or Slardar slowed. And that's exactly what Rod of Atos is going to be good for, is slowing down melee heroes. So I'm gonna let that Queen of Pain's gonna be fine. It looks like he wants a team fight, but I don't know if I'm quite ready. Oh shit, she might be dead. But that was really close. Alright, that's a lot more HP than I had before. And we have 2 invisible heroes and we're about to team fight. Oh, they actually killed somebody. Nice. I might end up dying most likely. Yeah, well, it's and Death Prophet is such a good counter this hero. Luckily I could stay alive here. Kinda got, felt like I was left by myself a little bit. I took a lot of damage there. I took a lot of damage there. That was kind of weird. So we lived with Lifestealer as well as Nature's Prophet. I basically jumped in a little bit too close. I did use 1 Soul Assumption, but it was late. And I Grave Chilled, I believe, but then I took a lot of Focus Fire. And basically Death Prophet's ulti just wrecks me in a lot of ways. Does physical damage, so it kills my familiars. Does a lot of damage to my familiars. Additionally, every time a spirit hits me, it removes one of my 4 layers. So, I mean, the layers get burned through really quickly, and at that point I just have a mech. And that's about it. And I popped my mech in my wand, but it wasn't enough to stay alive, and running away was not quite enough. And I got silenced, which doesn't help either. So, it happens. We still won the team fight though, so it ends up being worth it. And my KD right now, I'm actually doing really well KD, 9, 5, and 9. So, with 1 or 2 major mess-ups, I'm okay with this. I'm not the best player, and I know that, so mistakes happen. I really like this hero though, he's really fun to play. His micro potential is huge. It is really high. It's so hard to control 2 bats that are attacking and then later stunning while still making sure that you Grave Chill and Soul Assumption every chance to have cooldown, and you watch for mech. It's just very, very, very tough to play very well. So, I'm okay with that. First hit bash. Kidding me? That sucks. Looks like we almost got Invoker. This doesn't look like a good team fight for us. Was that a fail sprout? I didn't see what happened. I killed Thrall. Well, Nature's Prophet killed Thrall, but I did a lot of damage to Thrall. I think I missed microed my second... No, I did Stone Form. Maybe I just missed the second one or something. That was a pretty big mistake. Apparently we didn't have tree out there.
Your middle
So that was our
tower is
mistake.
under attack.
It's a big mistake. We're gonna lose at least one tower and Roshan out of this. Because I saw a squishy hero and I was like, yeah, squishy hero!
Middle tower has fallen.
So that's a big disadvantage that we're about to... Or a big advantage that we just lost. 4 heroes for 1 and they got Roshan and a tower. It's like... Big mess up. But in team fights, I'll probably just use Grave Chill as well as Rod of Atos on the hard carries. The melee hard carries, that is. The Ursa as well as Slardar. I don't... Oh, he has a blink, okay. Alright, so let's move these
Your
behind.
middle tower is under attack.
Swooping.
It's neutral so Imbo Man. Oh nice, they do actually get the armor. That's really cool.
I see.
Do we want a smoke gank or something? I'm gonna have to drop something temporarily. I'll probably drop my wand.
My search continues.
It's gonna delay my stuff severely, but somebody's gotta do it.
Indeed. I am sent. Without delay.
No, I'm gonna hold on to that. I'm gonna put the wand here for a bit. I wish I didn't have to carry this stuff because something like a wand is definitely gonna give me a good chance of surviving, but
Dust him.
Your bottom tower is fallen.
alright, big win for us. Can I push forward? Looks like I lost one of my 2 bats. It's again not the end of the world. And as we push, I have to place some wards. Just crucial places that are going to be useful later on in the game. Looks like we have a counter pusher from Slardar. Looks like Slardar actually wasn't there.
Is under attack.
That's why they lost that so bad. And the other ward I want to place is going to be right over here. Right there.
Your top tower
Place a
is under
fucking
attack.
ward. Oh my god. Apparently I failed placing wards here.
Are fortified.
It's okay, we'll kill this and I'll just put one right there.
The enemy's middle tower has
Oh, okay, there we go.
the enemy's middle barracks
Soul Assumption has a huge range, by the way. There's my bat.
fallen. Your top tower is under attack.
He is right. We gotta push over here.
The enemy's bottom tower
That's a good dodge.
has fallen. The enemy's bottom tower has fallen.
Oh, that's the power of Ursa with the Shadow Blade when we don't have a... Yeah, I didn't have any sentries at all. That's okay. Wow, he still absolutely cuts through me. It's pretty impressive. I wish this was on time, but it's not going to be. Got silenced. Just gonna put the bat there just in case they came to get a gank. By the way, the stun duration is between 1 and 1.5 seconds, so it's 100 damage at level 2. Run away, little birdie! Alright, but we got a double X out of that, so totally worth it for me to die in a situation like that. Once again, cycling through Soul Assumption, very, very crucial. Tank items, very, very good on this hero. I dare say that I might just buy an armor piece right now instead of getting a... Or a gem. A gem would probably be good as well. I could do something like that. Hopefully we don't lose everybody here. He has a BKB now, which makes my job a lot harder, so maybe Rod of Atos isn't the best choice. Can I resummon this? I can. So I'll just resummon the birds. Alright, so I'm going to buy an Observer Ward. I have Dust on the Courier. That's a wand. So probably... Oh god, I don't really... I don't know if... I'm gonna probably... I really want to hold on to this. And I've got the smoke and the wards, I'm obviously the squishiest person on my team. I should probably get something like a Ghost Scepter as well, but for now I can't really afford that. Maybe I should have saved for a Ghost Scepter instead of getting a Vitality Booster. This Ursa's still crushing my HP big time. It's because I'm taking damage from Furion's dudes or something, I don't know.
Sorry.
I do have some ward vision up, so it's not the end of the world to not be holding on to the wards, but
My gaze
they only have 1 Rax left over, so all we gotta do is finish this and it's all over.
projected. My sense
That was my mouse going weird again. God, silence is so rough, man. Oh, I might die as well. I'm pretty likely to die.
I am sent. Have no honor.
Such sloppy plays. I think that's more likely than not gonna win us the game, that little team fight there. Still Slaughter top. We're actually traded even here. Oh my god, that's gonna get me killed.
Enemy's middle tower has fallen.
Luckily the Lifestealer came to my rescue and I was able to stun with bats. That was really, really close though. Oh wow, and once again, getting tons of souls. No, my bats.
Familiar dies. My familiar shatters.
God, silence. So frustrating.
It is so.
I resummon my bats because I can. And that is giving me the game win. Okay, yeah, hard hero to play, very, very micro-intensive. That's the best skill build. Well, don't get 2 Grave Chills, that was a mistake for sure. Everything else I did pretty decently there. And of course, throw your nukes when you can, because they do a ton of damage, and make sure that you have a decent mana pool, so... preferably don't solo long lane Visage. I think I did a decent job of explaining the hero as the game went on, and I did obviously make some major micro mistakes, but I promise you guys, he's really hard to play. You have to make sure that you don't feed the bats every time you do. That's 100 gold apiece, so there's so many possible mistakes you can make with this hero, and I had to buy a lot of support items as well. He's not very good at farming either, because he doesn't have a ton of AoE. He's pretty good at farming because his bats can do a lot of physical damage, but he doesn't have an AoE skill. He's mostly just kind of like a support pushing teamfight hero. Put him in a tri-lane sometime. Do like a Visage, Sven, Lina tri-lane. One person stuns, next person stuns. You throw your soul assumption for 200 damage at level 1. It's one of the very few skills that does that much damage at level 1. So his early game potential is absolutely massive. So make sure you try him out. Make sure you practice him as well. The micro is very tough. And as a whole, we had a pretty good team setup. Lifestealer did a great job. His Abyssal Blade was an excellent choice. It saved me a couple times. So really fun game to play. And thanks everybody for tuning in. That's Visage. Sorry it took so long. I don't have to say that anymore because I'm now down to 3 new heroes. But I'll probably give you guys some more gameplay commentaries of them in the future because I was a little unhappy with just about all 3 of them. I think I could have done better in all of those games. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you guys had fun in the live stream yesterday. I did for sure. And you'll be seeing a lot more content from me. See you in a bit. Bye.